Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. A couple of days ago, we saw some great movement in the crypto space, and now it's looking as if we are losing the momentum. Yesterday, we were coming down off this big spike from a couple of days ago, and this is XRP on the hourly, by the way, guys. BTC is looking similar, although when you look at the overall trend on the micro level, we are still making higher lows, okay, and higher highs, so this trend is still looking to be on the upswing. Nothing to worry about in the grand scheme of things. It's been taking a while to get out of this funk, though. Eventually we will. It's all par for the course for cryptocurrency, and Bitcoin can't just keep going up and up and up. It does need some time to cool down, and so this was back in June, just to reiterate, and so we've been basing, right? We've been kind of trying to get back up to that 14,000 level, and then not going really any lower than 9,000. That's kind of been the new bottom now for Bitcoin. It's been finding its support there, and then we saw it come down, and now finally a little bit of upward momentum, still staying above 9,000. So that's all fine and good. I saw this from Crypto Wolf on Twitter. That's XRP Crypto Wolf. Bank of America is seeking to patent a tech for digital currency wallets that give different users different levels of access to store funds. And so this from CoinDesk here. So it'll be some kind of a partitioned cryptocurrency wallet. And so for those of you guys who do not even know what I'm talking about, a cryptocurrency wallet is something like this, the Ledger Nano S. I really do suggest you guys get one of these, because if you do not have one, you are essentially leaving your cryptocurrency up for grabs on the exchange for thieves to steal. Guys, I have an affiliate link in the description of every video. You can use it if you want. You do not have to use it if you do not want. This is the S. You can get the X. You can get a bundle pack as well if you want to have one as a backup. But what the Bank of America wants to do is patent a security feature so that they describe it like a Valet key. The application describes the handling of digital currencies with a multi-tiered wallet interface in a decentralized peer-to-peer network. Users would be prompted to enter one password out of several, and one password would open one tier of the wallet, while another password would open a different tier. Think of a Valet key that can open a car door, but not the trunk. Conceptually, the proposal resembles certain types of multi-signature Bitcoin wallets, which have been around for years. The background section of the application explains that there is a need for better digital wallet infrastructure, since private keys can be lost and third parties don't let users exercise complete control over their currency. And we've heard horror stories about people losing their private keys. I've even been on Reddit and seen threads of people talking about, oh no, I've lost my private key. What do I do? Is there any way to get my crypto back? Can I call Ledger, the company? Guys, your private keys are your private keys. This is what gives you access to your crypto. So if you have millions and millions of dollars in crypto one day, only you, who has the private key, shall be able to access it. And so that's what makes crypto quite unique in a lot of ways. I'm not going to dwell on this too much, though. Guys, if you don't have one of these, I do suggest you get one, especially before the next bull run. Link is in the description for those of you guys who want to support the channel. This from XRP_veteran. That's at XRP_veteran on Twitter. Fidelity Charitable, the financial services giant's charity unit, is now accepting XRP, the world's third largest cryptocurrency, for donations. And so that's ultimately what this is about. So Fidelity Charitable is a branch of Fidelity. It is their charity unit. They had been collecting cryptocurrencies for charity until now. They accepted only 4 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin, having launched the form of donation back in 2015, according to an announcement shared with the block late last week. Since the launch, Fidelity Charitable has received more than 106 million in cryptocurrencies. Last year, it received a lesser amount at 30 million only in cryptocurrency donations, as the cryptocurrency market saw a significant hit. I would have thought that would have been the other way around. I would have thought that if people were losing money on their cryptocurrencies, that they would be willing to give it away. But then I could see the other side of that too, and the fact that if you're down on your cryptocurrency, a lot of people are less likely to relinquish it. Some people will probably throw up their arms and go, I'm fed up. Why is my cryptocurrency worth 95% less than it was in January 2018? Nevertheless, another good sign for XRP, being listed as one of Fidelity's included cryptocurrencies for their charitable arm. I saw this. So Bob Way was on Twitter again. And we all love it when Bob Way comes onto Twitter because he's got a lot to talk about. He's a smart guy, used to work for Ripple, and so he's been participating in a lot of these messages that have been going on. This topic here doesn't really have to do with what I'm going to talk about right now, but Bob says that he has 80% of his net worth tied up in XRP-backed assets. XRP and Ripple stock. And I know some of you guys, this tweet was from a couple of days ago now. I know some of you guys already have heard about this. this, but some of you had questions about this. So again, let me read the tweet. I have 80% of my net worth tied up in XRP-backed assets, XRP and Ripple stock. I'm holding. Most people encourage me to de-risk my portfolio by rebalancing its mix. Not a single person has encouraged me to accumulate more. So a lot of people responded to this. He got 405 likes on this. And so some people were asking him, how do you buy Ripple stock? There's a lot of tweets down here. Guys, I will link this tweet thread in the description if you guys want to join in. If you guys want to read every single comment of some of these thread posters on Twitter. And I was reading, and some of you guys got really discouraged when people in Bob Way's circle suggested that he should not accumulate anymore. So I'm going to go over this with you guys and give you guys some possibilities as to why this could be the case. And please bear with me until the end. So when you hear something like this, you think to yourself, wow, if people aren't suggesting that you buy anymore, do they think that maybe it's worthless or that you're over leveraged or what? Like, why would people not encourage somebody to accumulate more XRP? That sounds crazy, especially if you are in the know, especially if you're Bob Way, you've worked at the company, you've probably surrounded yourself with like-minded people who work at Ripple, people who understand what XRP is for. So it's a little contradictory, and I'm sure a lot of XRP haters are about to burst with excitement. But hold your horses, folks. Let's not get too excited right away. So 3 possible explanations here. Number 1, and probably the worst of them all, people in Bob Way's circle actually do not believe XRP will rise anymore, and therefore they're telling him, look, you and I, we've got all this XRP from the company, don't bother, at this point, who knows what's going to happen with the cryptocurrency, it's probably a prudent idea not to accumulate anymore. I know the company's doing really well, but we really have no idea what the heck is going to happen down the road. Okay, that's number 1, and in my opinion, very, very, very unlikely. Number 2, it could have to do with the de-risking of the portfolio. So don't accumulate any more, Bob, because you have so much. You have 80% of your investment in XRP and Ripple stock, which, by the way, Bob Way does own Ripple stock through probably an agreement, a contract. As we know, Ripple is not a publicly traded company, so he would have had to have agreed with that with his contract of employment. And so no, you cannot buy Ripple stock, people, unless you have a contract with the company. You cannot own any Ripple stock, so that's just a sidebar. But ultimately, 80% of net worth tied up in XRP-backed assets. So maybe people are telling him, you know what, it's better to diversify. You already have 80% in Ripple and XRP-backed assets. It's likely a very, very good idea to de-risk your portfolio and not accumulate more XRP, but use that money or use extra money or use even some of your XRP to diversify. Also a very unlikely scenario considering, people at Ripple know the ins and outs of Ripple, know the ins and outs of XRP, realize the benefits that it will have down the road. I can't really see that as being a possibility. A third option, because his cost average is so low, or effectively zero if he didn't pay anything for the XRP that he has, if it was a bonus given to him by Ripple. Could you imagine if you had 1 million XRP, let's say, or even 500,000, and your XRP cost average price was 0 cents because you didn't pay a cent for it? Everything is profit at that point. So maybe, let's say his XRP cost average is 0, then what would be the point of cost averaging up at, let's say, 30 cents, 29, 27, whatever the price is today? If you already have a lot, maybe that money could be used somewhere else. There's no sense in cost averaging up your XRP. And I also find that that is a very unlikely situation as well. We know XRP holds value, and the more you have, the better off you'll be in the future. Well, I find this to be an unlikely scenario. So then I waited till this morning, ruminating over this because I knew I wanted to talk about this. And of course, Bob, 9 hours ago, says that he wrote that as sarcasm in the face of Twitter insanity. Cerberus Hard Hodl wrote, maybe I'm reading this incorrectly. Isn't it bad for XRP and Ripple if no one is encouraging you to buy more? Or do they not understand the goals and use case behind Ripple and XRP? So Bob Way does indeed say it was sarcasm. Hey Jeff, here's a tip for you to buy more Amazon. Bill, a tip to buy more Microsoft. Woz, I think Apple is going through the roof. Buy more. So phew! Bob Way was indeed being sarcastic, folks. Everybody is encouraging him to accumulate more. He was just being sarcastic. No need to worry. Because if former Ripple employees have 80% of their net worth in XRP and XRP-backed assets, doesn't that put your mind at least a little bit more at ease? None of us are financial advisors, so please do not take this as financial advice. But guys, finally here, David Schwartz. behind a pink castle. And I know this isn't news, this is just fun. But I want to know, did Bearable Guy know about this all along? And is David Schwartz's pink castle really the key to XRP's success? I'm just kidding, but I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.